Hey there everyone, and I hope you're enjoying quite a lot in this JavaScript series. So let's move further, and there are a couple of things which I would like to talk about these functions, and for that I will be creating more functions. So first and foremost, let's just comment this guy here so that we don't have to worry about anything, and probably this one as well. So let's just create one more function, and this is going to be a quick revision. So here's a quick thing for you. Now just like I have my adder, go ahead, pause the video and create a function which says my multiplier, and as the name suggests, it should do the same. Okay, so I hope everybody did pause the video there and nobody cheated. So we're gonna have simply let my and multiplier, and this is gonna expect two parameters, of course, and this is gonna be like function, and in the pair of parentheses we are expecting num1 and num2. There we go. And there we go, our function definition, but this time we will be doing everything in just one line. So what we can do is we can simply write a keyword return, and we can simply say num1, it is multiplied by num2. So yes, by this way we are actually saving a little bit of memory, and these little bit memories actually do count a lot in a big project. So here we are declaring a variable, then doing it on one line and then returning it. Here we are directly returning it. So yes, these things nobody understands at the first, and these are not being guessed by everyone. I didn't expected you to do it, but later on as you will be moving on, and when somebody shows it to you one time, you always try to reduce the number of lines of code. So it's completely okay, and we will not be running this function because you obviously know how to run that, and that's going to be a simple assignment for you. So go ahead, run this function and pass on a couple of parameters here. But I want to discuss a little bit more about here. Okay. So let's just say we are going to be creating a new function here. So we're going to say let, and this is going to be like something, let's just say a user comes on my website and he clicks onto the Google link or Facebook link to create an account, and then he wants to have a course purchase list as well. So let's just get started and write a function for that. So we're going to call this as guest user, and that is going to be a function. Now in that function, obviously guest user should have a name as well as how many courses he's going to have. Okay, so in order to have it, we need to define two things here. First of all, let's just say we're going to have a name, and the second is then that is going to be course count. Okay, something like that, or maybe in the caps, course count. Okay, so these are good, and we just want to just kind of return that back. So we're going to simply say return simply like this, and we will be returning something like this, and I'm gonna be saying like this, hello, and then we can concatenate it with name and your course count is, and then we are gonna be, oops, I forgot to have a concatenation here, quote here, and then gonna be quote here, and then we're going to be adding it with course count. There we go. Okay, so there we go. I hope you can see that now. Okay, so there we go. This is our now simple list here. But the problem is whenever we're going to be calling a function like this, and we simply say guest user, and we just go like that, it is okay, but you may run into a variety of special situations where either you don't have a name or you don't have a course count. So if you're going to be running this function like this, and even if I just get something like this and run it using console log, which is going to be saying guest user, and run this like that, now strange things may happen. So let me just press this guy and bring it up, and there we go. So what is going to happen, it says hello undefined, and obviously let me hello undefined here, and your course count is undefined, and let me have a space or something like this. And now if I run that again, notice this is what we don't want, undefined. So there is a quick thing about JavaScript that you need to know, that whenever a value is not being defined, it is by default undefined in JavaScript. Okay, and that is something which everybody should keep in mind. Now if you want to explicitly set any value to like null, you have a keyword here, like you can explicitly set that to null. So for example, let name is going to be equals to null. So this is something you are deliberately doing, which is considered as a good approach. But if something like this appears as undefined, this is not at all considered as good approach, because this is considered as some case which is not being handled by you. Okay, so make sure you always keep that in mind. Now, how we can take over this situation? It is actually absolutely simple. For the name, you can just assign a name and can say something like unname, and you just have to assign the values here, and the course count is going to be default. So these are known as default parameters. When you don't pass on anything, these guys take over. If you pass anything, these guys says, hey, I'm going to step back, and you can just take over. So let's just save this and try to run that so that we can see that in action. And there we go. Hello, name, and your course count is 0. So what happens when you try to take over? Let's just say your guest username is our favorite, John Doe. So there we go, John comes in. So this unname is going to say, hey, you know what? Something is coming up from this function. I'm going to step back and I'm going to let it take over. So let's just run this, and there we go. So it says, hello, John, and your course count is 0. So let's just say later on you decided that the course count should be updated directly to at least, like, there is a default course. Whenever user should enroll to website, he should be registered into that course. You can just say 1 and can later on figure out how we can do that. But let's just say we have hello John and your course count is 1. So this is known as default parameters, and you should be really focused on that. Now you can have as many parameters as you wish. If you wish, you can define them. If you wish, you cannot. Like, you want to define one, but you don't want to define for another, that is also fine. It is totally dependent on your use case scenario. Okay, so we're going to keep this video short. Let me quickly summarize that. We always strive in function that we reduce the line numbers of number of line of code, as well as we have also learned how we can have default parameters in functions in JavaScript. And it's really simple in that, just like assuming that it's a variable, we just define it, but we don't use anything like let or var or const. We just have it that this is going to come up. We assign a default value, and that's it. Now, default values are only going to take up in front only if you don't pass on anything. If you pass on anything, they're going to step down, and this is going to take up. Okay, so I hope everything is clear so far and completely understandable. So that's it for this video, and I'm going to catch you up in the next one.